September 13th. That's 2 weeks from tomorrow. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, 9 a.m. Wanted to remind you, you can go to capcitycomedy.com or you can give them a ring.
Oh, I got
I think it's 467-2333 if they kept the same number. It's Toxic Tuesday. Chewy, it's all you.
Yeah, all right. Yes, it's
Why
Toxic
are you
Tuesday
yelling?
because that's what a toxic man does. He yells to get his point across because he's not right. But today's Toxic Tuesday.
This segment always gets us nasty letters.
Oh, good. Like nasty, like how Prince meant it, or nasty, like...
No, people mad.
Oh. Well, you know what? We'll take either one. Today, I want to talk about and discuss, and I know there's a lot of you old school, OGs, old heads that are going to call in and participate, and you're more than welcome. 512-834-0937. But I want to know what old way of doing things is better than current and modern times.
I got one.
Now, there's going to be a lot of people, I mean...
What do you mean by old way of doing things? Do you have an example you can give us?
I mean...
I
sure.
already know one.
I'll go ahead and pop one up. Olden times, men used to approach women and do that in the club. Now that's kind of gone away. Now that's kind of...
Is that ick?
Wait.
It creates a comfortable
You're
environment
saying
for ladies.
that men are no longer approaching women in bars?
No.
Maybe not in bars, but just in random libraries, grocery stores.
Let me ask real quick.
My wife was hit on twice the other day. She said
my wife
at
was.
HEB.
The last time my wife went to HEB, a guy came up and hit on her.
Okay, but how many times...
we have two women that are in the studio. I know what you're going to say. The old way of doing things, where we didn't let women talk, was superior. But it's the new way of doing things. To our interns, co-eds at the at Texas State University, fine institution. Do men no longer approach women in public?
I mean, we weren't around to know how much it used to be, I guess.
True.
But they still do, but maybe not as much as y'all are saying.
Okay.
I think they've become a bit chicken, but some of them can be very brave and do it. And I don't know. I've never.
So you're using brave, so you actually like it being approached.
I mean, I don't mind it. Sometimes, I guess it depends on how I'm approached by this person. If it's on campus in school, obviously it's gonna happen because there's just a bunch of people my age just in one area. But if it's just an older man randomly at HEB just wanting to talk to me, I think I'd get scared.
Yeah, no.
Come on.
I'm gonna die.
My wife pointed out the secret to me, and she said the way to approach a woman is to already be somebody that woman finds attractive, and that's the secret to the game. Because she
if
said,
you're ugly, you're creepy.
she said, if a guy approaches me that I'm not attracted to, it's creepy and unappreciated. If the guy is really handsome or I find him attractive, I'm like, well, that's really flattering.
It's just
I'm like,
awful
well, how
privilege.
does anyone prepare for that? And she goes, that's the secret. You can't prepare.
You just have to
Just
go.
be aware.
Have you
Just
seen the
know
movie?
if you're ugly or not.
Have you guys seen the movie Fresh with Sebastian Stan?
I have not seen the movie Fresh with
Ever
Sebastian.
since-
The
Ever-
Winter Soldier?
Yeah, but ever since I saw this movie Fresh, do you guys want me to just spoil the
Y'all should watch
idea
it.
of
It's a scary movie?
It's like
Yeah,
a
thriller?
it has to do with kidnap and cannibalism, but the guy is a very attractive guy and he just talks to the main girl out of nowhere in a grocery store.
And she's instantly oh, it's okay. 'cause
And
he's
she's
so
like,
attractive.
But ever since I
Sebastian
saw
Stan.
that movie, I was like,
Creeped
can I
out.
trust an attractive
Yeah,
man
that
in a
one.
grocery store?
Yeah.
Can I?
You can't. You should only trust unattractive men.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey guys, I tried to help out. I tried to help.
But when does the dad bod start becoming attractive? I guess once all the F-boys we've run through?
I think when your heart's been broken enough by F boys, you go, that guy doesn't have any self-confidence. He won't leave me. And then that's when the dad bod becomes attractive.
That's when it's hot.
You're like, that guy's out of options.
That guy's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Got nowhere to go.
He'll worship me.
Another old school way of doing things. 512-834-0937. Give me an old school way of doing things.
I think we should go back to... this is going to be weird for me because you're going to think it's something cool, and it's not.
Don't judge
We should
me.
go back to recipe cards. The other day, I needed a recipe, and I went to the internet, right? Because I wanted to make this thing. I can't remember
Tell me
what it was.
You know what it is.
But I was in a hurry, And first of all, I don't want to handle my phone when I'm cooking because you get stuff all over your hands, and then you're tapping the screen. You got flour on your hands or whatever you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't have time to search. So I went to the Food Network or whatever because if they're the Food Network, they got food in the name, and I trust Bobby Flay. But the recipe was on a video, as it turned out, and so I had to watch this video, and the dude in the video was talking. You know how people on videos talk so fast now? They cut out all the breaths.
Well, they cut out the silence.
It drives me insane. And I had to keep going back and going to the beginning of the video to get the amounts. Was that did he say tablespoon or teaspoon? I don't remember. I got to go back.
Yeah, I got it.
Or sometimes when you scroll a recipe on the internet,
I screenshot and just keep the photo. So it's
I
pretty
know,
much a recipe
it's like
card.
it's a pain in the ass. Your hands you're already doing stuff with your hands because you're cooking.
I agree.
Thank you.
It's annoying.
Like your phone's gross.
Go back
too.
to
You
the
don't wanna touch
old
your phone.
4x6 or 3x5 cards with the
Index
recipe
card.
written on it.
And there's always like crazy ads whenever
Crazy?
you look
You gotta
up
watch
like on the
ads.
recipe. Yeah.
We have to
Or
click another link just to find the real recipe.
Yeah.
Because they show you just buffer.
now though, it's usually like once you click like a recipe, like a website or whatever, you can just click jump to recipe and you can just skip all of like the blog like
Right.
information about it and just
I know.
go right into it.
It's ridiculous.
But
I
yeah,
just want
it's
to know.
annoying.
I want to look at a glance and know.
Way to bring in the controversial and
I
toxic
know.
stuff there,
I
Bob.
told you. I prefaced it with it's not cool.
Let's go to Curtis. Curtis, tell me something that is superior to modern times. What old thing do we used to do that's better than now?
Discipline in schools.
What do you mean, the good old-fashioned paddle?
The cane? How far are we taking it?
Yeah, where are you taking
Where
it?
are we going?
My opinion.
Yeah, no, we're saying,
Yeah,
what
we're asking
do you
to
mean?
expound
We're
on
talking
that.
about Chokey?
What discipline are you speaking of? Do you want paddling? Do you want it more
How
extreme?
far do you
Can
want
you
to
just
go?
hang up?
No,
Is that his topic?
still
It's
there.
just discipline in schools, just in general. I mean, there's still discipline.
Stand in
I'm
the
asking
corner?
what specifically
Yeah.
we should go to. We're probably on your side.
Well, I mean, with such, and whatever happened to getting the paddling every once in a while.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Getting back to corporal punishment in schools.
Physical punishment. I don't want anybody else touching my kids, but I mean, I'll give my toddler not a toddler.
Hoops is shaking her head there. You're opposed to
Yeah.
paddling in the schools. Why is that?
I don't know. Like Chewy just said, why would you want someone else to hit your kid?
Yeah.
You know,
well,
especially.
if your kid is disrespectful, he's obviously learning from your house.
But isn't there also other options than just beating
Physical
the kid?
violence?
Like, I feel like there's other ways to go about.
Well, I mean, obviously it's not working. Well, you can put your kid in timeout, put your head in the corner, and, well, some kids would rather do that than have to be around other kids.
Yeah, we can put him in the choke.
I can point to a
Put 'em
lot
in
of examples
chokey.
where
Put 'em in chokey.
spanking didn't work either, sir. I'm one of those.
Well, me as well, but
Well, we don't know the rate.
Yeah,
but here's
his
the thing:
phone's breaking
is
up
that this
too
is
much.
Toxic Tuesday,
My opinion.
and we can't
Yeah, no, you're not in
judge,
trouble.
and
You're
Curtis
not in
is
trouble.
allowed to have that opinion. And the thing is I think there's a ton, especially in Texas, that are absolutely on your side too. Curtis.
I think there's a absolute ton
Thank
who
you.
feel that we've put so many restraints on teachers, we've made it almost impossible for them to teach because of the way. I don't know if it's corporal punishment. I think what it is that there used to be some kind of fear as a kid that there might be some kind of repercussion for your outbursts. And I don't believe that exists to the same extent that it used to.
I have one.
Rules kids and afraid kids are always going to behave. You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
worry about them. But you have kids who do like to push the boundaries.
Right.
And there should also be exceptions because you know when a kid has broken the rules, but it's an exception and it's a learning moment, right?
Right. 512-834-0937. Here's another old way of doing things that I think is a lot better than today. And I think we can all agree with it. I think everybody's super fast to grab the strap, to get the gun, when it could just be a little scuffle or a fight,
We should
and
go.
then pan it out.
Yeah, we should go back. There was a
Go
time.
back to either just taking your L or learning how to fight. That's it. And no one needs to die over like
You don't
whose
want
seat
anybody
that
drawing? Is
was.
that what you're saying?
Nobody, huh? No, I don't want to duel. I'm talking about just fight it out like Jerry Springer used to put everybody on.
With dukes,
Yeah.
with fisticuffs.
And
Kids
if you
used
don't
to
know how to
respect.
fight, don't talk F.
They used to respect the pecking order in every neighborhood. You knew the pecking order.
Right.
And then we brought weapons into it because somebody said, well, I don't like the idea that I am lower on the pecking order because I don't fight well.
Yeah, but
I'm
that's
just gonna
because
get a
the
gun and
bullies were
shoot
always
that
the
guy.
bigger
And
guys.
instead of working out or taking some jujitsu classes,
It's an equalizer.
There's
There's a
problem
bullet,
solving
and it ruins
too.
everyone's
You
life.
say the bully was ruining everything, but you could get together if you were smart and get this other 7 guys together and say, are we going to continue to be bullied or are we going to do something about this?
I think that old school way of just, I mean, there were some unjustified beatings for sure,
But there
but
was
nobody
also,
died.
And there was also the bully that would respect, like, all right, that guy, if I want to mess with him, he is going to fight me. I do have to fight him each time.
Yeah.
All right.
No?
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't want anybody getting shot.
You look like you kind of disagree.
a little
As a
shoving
guy
match.
who carries.
Little shoving match.
Right.
Carrying right now. It's illegal in here.
Oh, you just saw the new handbook
I think
that
ano-
dropped?
Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow.
I think another one is in the old days, we used to memorize phone numbers. Our brains
That is
are
not a superior
Our
way.
brains are broke. It was superior because now I don't even know my kids' phone numbers by heart. I have to look it up. I know that's too many numbers. But we used to have that ability. We used to have that ability a few decades ago
But
where
I
we
only
could
remember, like,
memorize
5
probably
numbers.
20
No.
20 phone
don't,
numbers.
You don't know your kid's phone numbers or your wife's phone number?
I know my wife's
I
phone
know them
number.
all off the top of my head.
I know my wife's
my
phone
wife's number is 459-2222.
Yeah.
My son's number is
All fours, isn't it?
777-7777.
Mine's all fours.
And my daughter's is 444-4444.
So you think our brain capacity is going down because of that?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is.
But I think we're remembering.
In fact-
we're remembering so many other things.
I saw some
Bob, there's-
article that said that it's better for you to try to figure out directions on your own than use navigation in your car. Because
that's just plain old stupid.
no,
I'll get
no, it makes you've got to. Your brain is a muscle. You have more than one muscle, Chewy.
Yeah, bro.
Your brain is a muscle, and you need to exercise it, or you're going to lose it, and you're going to get dementia quicker. Just next time you're going somewhere, just do directions the old-fashioned way. Stop at a gas station and ask, and memorize
Do
it.
you know how crazy you would look?
I know,
if you
but
asked for directions
okay,
today?
all right.
Well, what's funny is that if you went into a 7-Eleven and said, "Hey, I'm looking for whatever it's around here," they would just pick up their phone
see.
and then look at it and go like, "Hey, you want me to text you this?"
I'm just telling
Here's
you
a
that,
picture.
How old are you, Grandpa?
that we can't. All right, then we can't
Did
complain.
they just unfreeze you?
We can't complain, and when we lose our minds if we're not using them.
Here's
I'm not
We're not
complaining.
memorizing things
we got a
anymore. We're not navigating ourselves anymore.
you don't need to memorize 7 numbers. You only need 2 numbers. 6 and 9 right here.
I don't even get that one.
Let's go to Adam really fast.
Well, you don't get
Adam.
that one because you're married.
Adam.
What's up, fools?
Hey, ¿qué
¿Qué
pasó,
pasó,
loco?
loco?
Órale.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, dog, we need to go back to the old ways where somebody owes you money, you break their car window, flat their tire.
Oh, come on, man. We don't advocate violence.
I owe a friend $20. Don't
When you say old way, you mean last week?
Órale, bearded.
Because I mean, isn't that how you in your line of business? Isn't that still sort of how you don't really take IOUs, do you?
Nah, but these pendejos are like, hey, man, I'll pay you, PayPal or Cash App or whatever the hell you call it. I'm like, nah, vato, if it doesn't fold, don't talk to me. I don't do that Venmo, Cash App, bull crap. Give me cash. If not, go to the hospital with a broken
Right.
kneecap.
Cash
Okay.
is king.
When's the last time you physically harmed another human being?
I don't want to know the answer to this.
I prefer not to answer that question.
Okay, thank you. That's the answer. I'll take that one. Thank you, Adam.
Y'all take care, locals.
Órale.
He kind
I thought
of
he
ties
was
into what I think we should go back. We got rid of it a long time ago. In fact, it wasn't even that popular in the U.S. as a result because we were turning our backs on the English, and the English were so famous for this. But I still think that we shouldn't take people directly out of their home and straight into this punishment. You should still have to go to court, and evidence should be heard. But I do think we should return to the idea of the stocks.
Oh, right. In
The
Town
stockade?
Square?
Yeah,
Well,
the
they have to be
stocks.
at the mall and at the Domain. They should have stocks at the Domain.
Those are the
and
people
that
that-
little
Yeah, you put your
fake
hands
grass area
in your
I have to
head,
sit
right?
there?
and they
Right.
locked you there, and you
And you're
couldn't.
humiliated.
What
in
is this
front
a
of-
punishment for? What did I do?
Because people could come up and they could spit on you. They could throw
Tomato.
And they-
a tomato, a banana.
Plus, they could remember your face so that you couldn't do that to them anymore because you would, takes the anonymity out of.
I don't
what's
know
the word I'm looking for.
what crime does that punishment fit?
I think a lot of crimes,
Stealing.
actually.
Shoplifting, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a porch pirate. We put you in the stocks
Oh,
and we put the
porch
word
pirate,
above
I
you
don't
that
know.
says
Maybe
porch
I'd
pirate.
agree with the porch pirating. Yeah.
Okay. What if you're one of these dudes down on 6 who reaches down and just grabs a lady in the nether regions?
Well, you should get punched in the face immediately. That's what better.
Right? But what if we put you down and we said, hey, this guy's a peach pincher, and you put that above his head and you put him in the stocks, peach pincher,
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
and then everybody goes,
Yeah.
oh, you're, and then but also every lady gets to go, all right, because they'll sear that face.
They all
into
get
the
a
brain.
tomato. All the ladies get tomatoes to throw. I like that. Let's go to Aeron.
Yeah, I think we should get rid of I think what caused a lot of problems, kids should not wear bicycle helmets. 'Cause
Okay.
We
Whoa.
have kids that should be riding bikes.
Just take away seatbelts too and car
Yeah.
seats. Why
He's
not?
like, hey, we need more head injuries.
Well, no, you learn if you're a kid and you learn, you fall down, you hit your head, you're like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this activity. But if you wear a helmet, you're like, oh, I can keep on doing this. Some people need to learn that it's not right for them, It's an easy way to do it.
All right. It's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, I mean, maybe. They'd
I
be
mean,
tougher.
it almost even goes back to what Curtis called about, because his thing is
Okay.
like, hey, kids aren't really learning to
fail and
respect where trouble can come from.
you can hurt yourself out there by yourself. If
We used to make kids respect authority purely for authority's sake, and that was an issue that didn't quite work. But you could still have kids respect and go, hey, look, you should know, you should understand who signed your check. And not, you know what I'm saying by that?
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess what I'm saying is, if we had more punishments in school, maybe some people wouldn't think, you know what? I'll just go ahead and steal that. I'll steal that album right out of right out
Hey,
of the
we got to
studio.
talk about that because I don't like the vibes between us anymore.
Wait, what's happening?
Not the vibes, but I just mean I want him in here. I want
Who?
a happy, fun environment still.
Who?
You think he's
done
Our
staying?
with-
friend.
He's done with us.
Yeah, that's. I feel like I hope there's not bitterness on his side, and I want us to
Wait, so now
Talk
we're
about
worried
this.
about the guy that stole?
borrow
Temporarily.
temporarily.
I wish we'd go back to the old ways where if somebody stole from you, you basically you harassed them for at least 6 months and made them earn their way back into the good graces.
He got
You
roasted
turned-
pretty bad that day. I think that hurt.
and then you guys turned into pussies immediately and decided that was enough.
because I'm a huge.
Do you remember how
empath.
Do you remember how much we roasted you? How brutal it was?
How brutal it
That's
was.
Your
me.
name's not even Chewy.
I can take it though. Not a lot of people can't. I say we talk to him this week. Josh.
Hey, look, he's right here. He's right here.
Hey, what's up?
Hey!
Oh, sorry, Josh. We weren't excited for you. We're looking at someone else. But go ahead.
Oh, that's
Go
okay.
off.
That's okay. I can take it. So I'm calling in. I'm a graduate student at Texas State. I was listening to y'all, and I study child development. I just started listening when y'all were talking about corporal punishment, I
Correct.
think, right? I wanted to ask y'all whether or not you think corporal punishment teaches children that the way to solve their problems is through violence.
No, I don't think anybody in this room thinks that.
No, why don't you?
Why don't I? I
Yeah,
don't.
why-
Because there's kids
why
not
don't
getting
you?
spanked or that are mass shooters. And
Yeah, I don't
all kinds of
understand
different
how.
things.
I don't understand how. If I wanted my kid not to do something, I don't know how exacting violence on them would teach them that that's the way to solve their problems later in life.
You teach them to lie to you is all you do when you have that type of punishment. They're just going to lie to avoid the punishment.
Right.
Oh,
That's
I
all that
agree with
teaches.
that 100%. They will do that.
Right. So were you just calling to agree with us, or what's the call about here?
No. I didn't hear the whole conversation. I wanted to ask the question, right? So, in research, right, the idea is children. We model behavior for children, right?
Right.
Whatever we do, children are watching us, and they are going to imitate later, right?
Right.
However way you were raised in your home, and this doesn't happen every time, right? But it's based on, trends, right? However you were raised in your home, you're probably going to grow up and likely think, this is the way to do things. And I have, right, it might not be y'all, but I have the position, right, when you teach, and I know y'all mentioned something about, right, authority, right, respecting someone just because they're the authority. I'm of the belief, right, of corporal punishment, teaching children, right, I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you, I can, this isn't the best word to use, but right, I can manhandle you, and this is why you need to listen to me.
Okay.
Because I'm bigger and stronger.
Let me ask
That's all I wanted to say.
ask you a question, Josh. As a graduate student, do you think it's important, you mentioned this, do you think it's important to actually listen to the whole question before you call a show?
It probably is. Yeah,
Okay.
what was the original question?
And we're all learning
All
something
right.
here today, Josh. We're all learning something.
Sure. What was y'all's original question?
Today is Toxic Tuesday, and we're asking people for their toxic takes on what are the old ways of doing things that you think were better in the old ways than currently.
Yes. What are the old ways? I can answer that before I go real quick.
Well, you
Wow.
like talking. What are you studying?
I do.
Running your mouth.
What you got?
I'm really passionate about child development. I think there's a lot we could do for kids today that's not being done. And some of those things might, like you said, I think that's a great question. What are things that were done the way before, right?
Right.
Not giving in to what your children want to eat, right? At dinner time, if a kid doesn't want to eat something, you tell them, okay, you can go to bed hungry. And then either they'll come back and eat it, or the next day they'll realize, I just don't get to choose whatever I want to eat.
Okay.
Kids giving, parents giving kids, chicken nuggets for dinner every night, whatever the deal is. If you care about healthy eating and nutrition.
Well, now you're pissing off some single moms. So
Yeah. For my son,
Well,
who
it's hard. It's hard.
It is hard.
I don't deny that. I don't deny that it's hard.
all right.
Well, I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. You plan on having kids?
I do.
All right.
Nice.
Good.
All right.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Take
Hey,
care.
go,
Bobcats.
Bearcats.
Bobcats.
No, bobcats.
Bobcats.
Yeah, right.
Bobcats.
Eat them up.
Thank you. We have a 5-minute break. You tell me what you want to do right now.
Call that guy a nerd. That's all I want to do. Call him a nerd.
We got some biblical names on the line. Mark, Peter.
Paul?
Jesus.
Jesus? Yeah, we got them all. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
God.
can do. Why don't we do one more?
Mark, let's go. Mark, what's up, baby? What's an old way of doing things better than...
Point of order, first of all. Point of order. It's like the phone numbers. Why you remember those kids' phone numbers in the past is because you dialed them 10 times a day. Or you dialed your wife's work number 5 times a day, whatever it is. You use that knowledge every day.
You're kind of making his point, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that
You're
means your
saying we
brain
don't-
was functioning a little more.
Yeah, we were saying we don't need that anymore.
Absolutely. Why fill your brain with useless information?
Thank you. As long as you know how to spell Pornhub, your day's taken care of, right?
Yeah, and as long as you don't lose your phone, you're good.
There
All
you
right,
go.
guys. Good day.
Good
Thank
day.
you. Point
Who
of
was
order.
that? Was that Tesla Dan?
No, it's a guy's auditioning to be Tesla
It
Dan's replacement.
sounded like Tesla Dan.
Well,
a
just
little
because
bit.
it was a guy calling to correct us. That's why it sounded so much like
Even
Tesla
when he
Dan.
said good day, that's how Tesla Dan signs off.
Wasn't him, though.
Huh.
It was Mark.
I think he might be calling in under a different name.